Hey there, movie fans. It's time for a brand spanking new episode of FYC with the amazing Perri Nemiroff and the mighty Jeff Snyder. Happy Halloween. Well, it's Halloween the day we're recording this. It is not Halloween anymore, but it is always Halloween for Perri Normal Activity. Welcome to a brand new FYC. We're going to be covering the Academy Awards like we always do, except on the days we do the Emmys. This category we're doing today is supporting actress. So, as always, I start with the amazing Perri Nemiroff. Who is your number one pick for supporting actress?
So in this category, my number one pick is actually the only one I have maximum confidence in.
I think I'll agree with that after I hear it. I'm wondering if we're going to be on the same page like we were last time. Who could it be?
Da'Vine Joy Randolph for the Holdovers.
Yes. Now, why is she your number one with a bullet?
Because she's so damn good in the movie, first and foremost. But again, because I'm a big believer in the Holdovers and its chances to rise in the ranks all throughout the season, there seems to be a significant amount of collective support behind her. Whereas a lot of the other people that I'm considering right now, their movies either haven't come out or I see the support kind of scattered. It's not an overwhelming rooting for that person to get the nomination. I'm seeing like a little bit of a mixed response to some of these performances earning Oscar nominations, except for hers.
Okay, so mighty Jeff Snyder, where is Da'Vine Joy Randolph on your list? Or are you holding her over for another position?
God, she's at the top of the list where she belongs. She is my number one. I definitely think that she is a pretty clear front runner this season. I love her performance. It's fantastic, and it really balances the male energy between Dominic Sessa and Paul Giamatti in that movie. I just thought it was a really mature turn from her. Heartbreaking and devastating at once, and yet there's also humor behind it and pathos. And she's definitely my number one. There's only one other actress I think who maybe has a shot at this thing this year.
Well, she's my number one as well. And after really kind of stealing "Dolomite Is My Name" from Eddie Murphy, she is just delightful and wonderful. It's such a fully realized performance in The Holdovers, a film, like you pointed out so many times already, Jeff, is a movie that it's a crowd pleaser, and it's one that a lot of people love. Now people are just starting to see the movie. A lot of people really love this film, and it's I think sort of an instant holiday staple at this point, and people will see why when they see the film. She's wonderful in the film, and of course we all love the movie. We all agree on this one. So Jeff, I'm going to turn to you for number two. Who do you got?
All right, the only other actress I could see giving Da'Vine a run for her money this season is two-time Oscar winner Jodie Foster for Nyad.
I love that prediction, Jeff.
I think
I love that prediction too.
Obviously, you guys know how I feel about the movie. I love the movie. I think Annette Bening's great in it, but Jodie Foster is just as magnificent. I mean, this is a fantastic film about friendship and the sacrifices that Jodie Foster's character has to make for Diana Nyad. But it's Jodie Foster's best work in ages, and I think that she's really going to be like working the circuit this season. I mean, she has True Detective debuting on HBO in January, and I think that's kind of perfect timing as far as campaigning goes.
Listen, I'm with you, Jeff, on Nyad. I love the film, and I think one of the things I love about the film is just how much of this, how surprised I was by Jodie Foster's performance. Not that, I mean, look, she's a two-time Academy Award winner for lead actress for The Accused and for Silence of the Lambs. She was nominated to she hasn't been nominated since 1994's Nell. So if she does get nominated for Nyad, it would be, quite the long time since she was nominated. She was great in Nyad, a true supporting performance. And, halfway through Nyad, it becomes just as much Jodie Foster's as it does Annette Bening. I think she's great in the film. Perri, where do you have Jodie Foster on your list?
I have Jodie Foster at number 3, but I much prefer Jeff's order, and I would love to put her at number 2. I think the last time we spoke about Naiad on FYC, I hadn't seen it. Well, now I have seen it, and I also loved the movie. And I think Jodie Foster was my favorite part of it, which is, it's kind of easy to say because the real Bonnie appeared to have a heart of gold, just like oozing warmth and support and positivity. I also just love the journey that character goes throughout the movie with her relationship with Diana Nyad. I thought she did everything and then some, bringing that person to screen in this film. And I have a feeling that a lot of people out there are going to see this movie and fall in love with the real person and her interpretation of her on screen.
Agree 100%. And I think that this is a crowd pleaser. I think it starts streaming on Netflix the day this Friday. Yeah, November 3rd.
I might have a little thing at my place.
Yeah, I'm really excited for more people to see it. I agree. I just think Jodie Foster is wonderful. Okay, so
Perri, I like it. This is a movie too about two gay women, and it's not about their sexuality at all. Like it doesn't really come into it.
It's there, but it's not at the forefront of the film.
Yeah, they're not lovers; they're friends. It's a really beautiful movie about the power and testament of friendship.
Agree. So Perri, if you have Jodie Foster at number 3, who's your number 2?
This is someone I was predicting wasn't going to get a nomination when the movie first came out, but given how Oppenheimer has stayed in the conversation so firmly, right now I have Emily Blunt at number 2, but I am wondering if that's something that's going to change and she's going to slip in my rankings the more we get into the season and it comes into better focus. I feel like I'm almost just leaning on the safest bet because it's such a big title and she's such a famous name. It just seems more likely than any other right now.
All right, Jeff, what about Emily Blunt on your list? Is she there or is she in an honorable mention?
She is there. She's clinging to that 5th spot. Because I do think that a rising tide lifts all boats or whatever, and Oppenheimer is obviously, getting great reviews and beloved. But yeah, I like she gets one moment in this movie. The rest of the movie, I thought she was kind of not great, but she does get one moment and she really shines in that moment. So it may be tough for the Academy to ignore her, but like you said, there may be performances that we see later this season that really take us by surprise, whether it's the women of the Iron Claw or the women of the color purple. I'm not prepared to just give Emily Blunt a nomination just yet.
So here's the thing. I absolutely love Emily Blunt. I mean, I will watch anything she does. Now, the reason she is not on my list, she's not. She's number 3 on my honorable mention. And here's why. She has that one moment, Jeff. But for the rest of the film, I felt that she was not given material to really showcase her strengths. I did not feel like Christopher Nolan wrote a great part for her. He wrote a good part for her. I think she did a lot with it, but I just feel like for a movie that, especially one that's almost 3 hours long, I felt like she had the one moment, and I've seen her so great in other stuff. And I think that she's great with what she does with this movie, but I just don't, when I look at the other names on my list and even some of the other honorable mentions, I think there's better work to be found with some of the names.
Maybe right, Scott. I may change my pick and take her off in favor of someone that you're about to mention. So we'll see. I
mean, but I mean, it breaks my heart to not have Emily Blunt on my list because she's great in everything. And I just for most of the film, I just went like, it's not playing to her strengths because it wasn't written for her strengths. But, regardless, my number 3 is an actress who I think has done like exceptionally amazing work in the last couple of years. And she was so great in a movie that I absolutely loved that played at Toronto virtually in 2020. I Care a Lot.
Yes.
Love this movie. I love that film.
Stop shaking your head, Jeff. I am fully behind this right now.
Yes. Rosamund Pike is my number 3 for Saltburn. I love Saltburn. I just think it's a wild movie. Just all the performances are really fully realized, and I love the look of the film, the cinematography, the feel of it. And Rosamund Pike comes on at a certain point in the film, and she just like steals it from everybody else. I adore her. She's already an Oscar nominee for Gone Girl. She's doing the best work of her career right now. She deserves a nomination for this. Why, Perri Nemiroff, do you
She's
agree?
my number 4. My number 4 because I think she's excellent, a true scene stealer in Saltburn, and I just love her body of work in general, and I'm rooting for her regardless of, you know, the state of the race and everything. I want to see her crack this category so bad. I really do think that every single performance in Saltburn has this kind of like really magical, captivating quality where everyone gets their standout moments, but her through line in the film really kind of leaves the weight of her performance on your mind well after it's over. And like, I can't get enough of this movie. I don't need to be seeing it again tomorrow night, but I'm going to go see it again tomorrow night anyway.
I love it too. She does steal the film. And I think that's hard for her considering, like we pointed out, that every other performance in the movie is great. Jeff, why is she not on?
I don't know what you guys are literally talking about. I saw this movie. It is not an awards movie on any level, number one. And her performance is like, it's not even half as good as her work, and I care a lot. I don't understand the talk about her as a supporting actress nominee at all on any level.
I respectfully disagree. I don't know. Maybe not even respectfully. Just
I was going to say, I'm stopping myself from saying so many things that I'm like, maybe I shouldn't.
Say it, Perri. Do it. I got your back.
Okay. So I was going to say, coming from the person who doesn't think Poor Things is Oscar nomination worthy either. So
go ahead.
I didn't say that. See, everyone's misinterpreting that tweet. Okay,
what I said very negative tweet, my friend.
Has 0% chance of winning Best Picture. Will it be nominated? Absolutely. It's going to get a whole bunch of nominations, but does it have a chance to win any of these outside of production design and maybe Emma Stone? No.
Maybe Emma Stone. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, then, Jeff, if Rosamund Pike is not on your list, who is?
I've got 2 veteran performers in my 3 and 4 slots here, who have been showered with nominations in the past. They are 2 of the best at what they do. They are Julianne Moore for May December, which I think is pretty much a layup of a nomination for her, even though I have not seen the movie. And the other one that I haven't seen that I just have a good gut call on is Penelope Cruz for Ferrari.
Okay.
So those are my guys.
All right, Perri, any of those names on your list?
So I wound up there. They would be in like my honorable mention possibility section, but I bumped them out until I see the movie. I feel like this category is too up in the air for me to feel, confident whatsoever in predicting. Like if I were to predict someone sight unseen right now, I would probably put more weight behind Danielle Brooks. I have a feeling The Color Purple is going to be special. And I think she's already a really big star who's proved herself in this industry, but she is like on the cusp of like freaking soaring. She is just like oozing talent. So I would have picked her over the other 2 just in terms of movies that I haven't seen yet.
I would put Danielle Brooks right now, but it would come at the expense of like an Emily Blunt.
All right. Well, I mean, look, no one has seen Color Purple, at least not that I know of. And yes, of course, our best actress and our supporting actress and supporting actor, will most likely change when we get to that and get to it again. I have Julianne Moore on my list. She's my number 4. Of course, she's an Oscar winner for Still Alice, nominated 4 other times for Far From Heaven, The Hours, The End of the Affair, and Boogie Nights. I did see, May December, and I think, she's going to get nominated for supporting actress. Just like I really feel strongly that Natalie Portman will get lead, but she's on my list. And Perri, she's not on yours.
No, I trust your gut because at this point, the only person I have left is a picking with my heart person because I think that things are so up in the air that I want to give someone the spotlight and try to manifest it.
All right. So other than
I thought Perri was going someplace when she said "up in the air" because I think
no. I would love to see that happen. I actually thought when you were teeing up your answer, Jeff, you might have suggested her.
Right, she easily could have fit the Julianne Moore, Penelope Cruz description, and I do think Viola Davis has a real chance this season. I thought she was great as Michael Jordan's mother.
I feel like part of the problem right now is how the strike is changing the game. I feel like they can't. I feel like Air came out too long ago, and she's in a position where because Air didn't get the loudest possible response when it first came out and like trickled through the season, they need her to like pound the pavement and start reminding people that this movie's good. I'm good in it. I feel like the campaign is going to be very important to her chances.
Don't you think that Air is more of a Best Picture / awards title than Saltburn?
No.
I think because of the timing.
Yes, it's the timing.
I think mostly because of the timing. Even though I love Air more as a film, it's people have forgotten about it. So what needs to happen is the strike needs to end like ASAP. Wait a minute. No, look, timing, I wouldn't say timing is always a big deal because look what happened with Everything Everywhere All at Once, which came out in March and won 7 Academy Awards. But in the case of Air, no one's talking about it, but everyone who's seen it loves it. But how many people have actually seen it?
Barely anyone talked about it when it even came out.
I think the strongest chances of deserving nominations for Air are Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay. I think it's an original screenplay, and Viola Davis for supporting actress. Everyone at that South by Southwest closing night screening went nuts over Viola Davis's performance. I think
I need you to answer this question. What do you have higher in terms of Best Picture chances for a nomination, Air or Saltburn?
Air.
I don't think either are getting Best Picture nominations.
That's fine. You don't have to think that. But Air is the answer to the question. There's not even a question that Air is the more friendly to the Academy movie than Saltburn, which is why I'm over.
People are seeing Saltburn now. It's opening in theaters on the 17th. It's going to be out there, and they're already doing,
Exactly. People are seeing it, and one by one, it'll fall off the predictions list.
I don't know about that, but Viola Davis she's my number one honorable mention. Okay, I mean my 5 are Da'Vine Joy Randolph, Jodie Foster, Rosamund Pike, Julianne Moore. My number 5 is America Ferrera for Barbie, because you know what? That scene, if you want to talk about a scene, I mean, I thought she was great in the film. She was delightful in the performance, but that moment, that she has that monologue is resonating not just with women, but with everybody. And that's her for your consideration clip when she does get nominated. And they show it on Oscar night, March 10th, 2024. Do either of you have America Ferrera on your list?
No.
No? I like that call. Yeah, no, I don't.
I'm going with America Ferrera. I think
you walked out of the Barbie movie thinking, man, America Ferrera deserves an Oscar nomination for this movie.
No, I thought about that when I was trying to come up with my list for FYC today, because I went, you know what? If they're saying that Margot Robbie should get nominated and the movie should get nominated for picture and director and screenplay and even Ryan Gosling, then absolutely America Ferrera should get nominated as well. The movie's a big hit. Everyone loves her in it. Her scene is the one that resonates with everybody.
I'm not putting up a fight here like it's Rosamund Pike. There's obviously some credence to what you're saying, Scott, for sure.
Okay. All right. So Perri, who's missing what's on your list?
Admittedly, my last one is a throwaway. I just want to talk about how good this movie and she is in it. I put Patricia Clarkson for Monica. I have a feeling when it comes to, like Indie Spirit Awards, she'll get in there. But I mean, I've seen a lot of really good Patricia Clarkson performances. That one's so good. It's hard to watch. I feel like if more people would watch that movie, we would be talking about it a lot more right now in terms of not just things like Indie Spirit Awards, but Oscar nominations. That is an exceptional film overall, and she is like really something else in it.
All right, Jeff, what about you?
I do want to see that movie, Perry. I think the trailer really intrigued me, but it is so small.
I know.
It would be for me to put her on the list.
And it's like look at the studios it would be up against in this category. They can't mount the same kind of campaign.
Jeff, who's on? Anyone else missing from your list that we didn't get to?
Just in the honorable mentions, a trio. Vanessa Kirby for Napoleon. It sounds like she's going supporting instead of lead. I think you have to keep an eye on her, considering how she came out of nowhere to get a leading nomination for Pieces of a Woman, right?
Yep.
Niecy Nash Betts for Origin. Again, Oscar campaigning is going to be in January. She may be winning an Emmy in January, right? For Dahmer.
Right, sure. Right.
So,
yep. Good point.
That maybe, and again, I don't know about Origin. There hasn't even been a trailer. I don't know what to expect, but I think she has to be listed. And then Erica Alexander is someone who really impressed me in American Fiction. She's the kind of person that's like, I know this actress. I've seen her in things. What is her name? And then you look it up after, and you're like, oh yeah. And I was really impressed by her. It's subtle work, but yeah, she was good.
Erica Alexander for American Fiction, also Leslie Uggams for American Fiction. I think that movie, I mean, people love it. It's winning a lot of awards. Of course, it won the top award at TIFF.
Good.
But also, I'm going to throw a name out there, Perri, just like you did for a movie that you just, it's kind of a long shot, but you love the film and you love the performance. I'm going to say Rachel McAdams.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Can I jump in here, man? So I saw that movie and I covered it when it first came out. And I'm like, this is solid. This is sweet. This is fine. I can't even begin to tell you how many people I've talked to very recently, like in the last week or two, who have told me that movie is their favorite movie of the year. I mean, like a significant amount of people, where I didn't even realize that many people even saw the movie, but folks love it.
Yeah. It didn't do that hot. I think it made like around 23 or 25 million at the box office when it came out in May. And I love it. I mean, it's, I don't know if it's my number one, but it certainly is one of my favorite movies of the year. And I really hope that Lionsgate really gets behind it. And again, the actor strike ends. So especially Rachel McAdams and Abby Ryder Forster can go out there and, I mean, anyway. So, all right.
Really
so,
yeah, we got to work it off here.
All right, wait a minute. So Perri and I have Rosamund Pike.
Mm-hmm.
Rosamund Pike stays on this list, Jeff.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right, Perri? You agree?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. No question about it. Jeff, you're going to be proven so wrong when Rosamund Pike gets nominated for an Oscar because she effing deserves it. She's awesome. So what about Julianne Moore? Did either one of you have Julianne Moore on your list?
Both of you did, and I said I was very willing to add her to the list in place of my Patricia Clarkson.
Okay, so that means we have one more we have to agree on.
Right. Wait, who do we have now? Let's recap. What do we got?
Okay, so the recap is Da'Vine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, Jodie Foster for Nyad, Rosamund Pike for Saltburn, and Julianne Moore for May December.
And then two of us had Emily Blunt, no?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I have 5.
So even after this conversation, you still think Emily Blunt?
I think at this point in time, she is the safer bet over other names, with the disclaimer that could change in mere weeks.
So wait, what's our fifth? Let's figure out who is our fifth. Is it Blunt or is it Pike? It's Pike, isn't it?
No. Pike was my third, and it was Perri's fourth. No, Perri's Perri's fourth.
I think if you're like weighting it like that, she has to be 4.
Yes,
but I had Emily Blunt very high.
You think Pike is 4, and I'm just asking. Forget where we have him. I'm like, we're doing our own thing.
In my personal opinion, Emily Blunt has the better chance right now on my list.
Ditto.
Okay, so Emily Blunt has a better.
For the purpose of this conversation, Rosamund Pike does seem to be the 5th person, right?
I would say one thing, and Mance would say another.
Yeah, I think she's higher than 5th.
So do you have Julianne Moore in 5th? Like that's
no. Okay, wait a minute. Here's the thing. I just wanted to say, I'm just going to put this out there. So Emily Blunt over Viola Davis. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
Emily Blunt over America Ferrera for Barbie. Both of you feel confident. I'm just saying, because if you feel confident on that, I'll, majority rules, and Emily Blunt will close out this list, and that's that.
Yeah.
I mean, she's on it. Yeah, she's on the list. The question is, I'm trying to get to who we think is fifth out of those five that we have to figure out, is it Viola Davis? Is Danielle Brooks? Are those honorable mentions stronger than our number 5 pick?
Well, I think Viola Davis is a stronger pick. I think Viola Davis. I think the movie Oppenheimer is bigger than Emily Blunt's performance, but I think that Viola Davis's performance stands out in an ensemble like Air.
But you're not willing to put her on over Rosamund Pike.
No, I think Rosamund Pike is a lock.
Okay.
We
have our 5. It doesn't matter.
We do.
We do have our 5.
All right. So then our 5 are Da'Vine Joy Randolph, Jodie Foster, Julianne Moore, Rosamund Pike, and Emily Blunt.
Penelope Cruz. The disrespect shown to Penelope Cruz on this podcast will be remembered.
Who here has seen that movie? There's no disrespect. You haven't seen the movie.
I'm
flying blind. A fiery Latina. She loses a child. There's marriage stuff going on. I like the chances.
I loved Penelope Cruz. I thought she was absolutely magnificent in the last movie that she was nominated for, which was Parallel Mothers.
They like her.
I just feel like she's done this better elsewhere. And, you
don't think that her being like a co-lead in that movie in a way like gives her a little bit more weight than someone like Emily Blunt?
Dude, I feel like this is all about bumping Rosamund Pike off the list.
It's not happening.
You're pitching us right now.
If anybody gets bumped off this list, it's Emily Blunt. I just, again, what about Sandra Huller for Zone of Interest, Jeff? Your favorite movie?
No, that belongs in the Rosamund Pike category.
Oh, come on!
You don't understand where the buzz is coming from.
You were so wrong.
What does she do?
All right, guys.
Give her nomination for Anatomy of a Fall.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. There's our okay. The caveat, as always, is that we are going to revisit supporting actress later down the line, probably when we've seen all these other films that we still haven't seen, but we've still seen a lot. So our picks now for supporting actress are Da'Vine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, Jodie Foster for Nyad, Rosamund Pike for Saltburn, Julianne Moore for May December, and Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. There you go. Right, Jeff? Right, Perri? That's it?
I'll live with it.
The list.
I like it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, FYCers, what do you think of our list for supporting actress? Make sure you comment down below. You like it, dislike it, who would you add, who would you take off? What are your top 5 while you're down there? As always, remember to subscribe to Perri's channel so you can be alerted first to all of Perri's great, amazing content. Make sure you share FYC on all of your social media platforms to alert the world of the finest trio covering award season on the very best show covering award season, #FYC. We will see you next week for our dive into supporting actor. So until then, on the count of 3, FY, see you. 1, 2, 3 later.